present a hierarchy of tumbling movements in what I think is an appropriate order for someone through their training from white to black in our system that will give them a decent understanding of rolling and falling in order to both better take throws and prevent injury from accidental slips and falls that happen both on and off the floor. I've always thought that in terms of practical application, understanding how to fall and roll is one of the more valuable things we do in martial arts. Most of us will hopefully never actually get into a real fight, but every single one of us is going to fall from time to time. So anyway, just so I'm not looking totally off screen, so I don't look completely ridiculous, there's a list up there, although it's probably illegible on camera. So the first one's called a body rock. It's a gymnastics move. Here, grabbing my shins, tucking my chin, keeping my back as curved as possible to roll back and forth. Hollow body rock, also gymnastic basic, although I'm probably doing it incorrect as a gymnast would prescribe it. It's the best I know how. You're going to extend your arms and your legs in a very similar movement to the body rock, and it's in fact scalable back down to a body rock, and you can bring your hollow body rock out for sort of adjustments, levels of difficulty. Next is the back break fall. A couple different ways. I can simply sit as low as possible and then fall. And hopefully it's obvious how that body rock translates directly at the end of that back break fall, which is why it comes first, before the back break fall. And then another way to do it is to step behind yourself and then roll. Next on the list is a shoulder roll. 3-point stance, knee down stance. This knee, same side hand. It's going to tuck, post, get my ear to the ground, roll shoulder to hip. That was so slow I actually had trouble coming up the correct way. I should be able to come up to a lunge there. Side break fall. It's like a controlled one-legged squat. So I'm going to touch first on the side of my hip here and bring my arm across to help twist my body and expose my lat muscle. There. Front break fall. Start with a scaling here. Turning your head to the side, making a little pillow here. This is one of the exceptions to that general rule of don't reach with your hands when you fall. Because you got nothing else between your face and the cement, or the mat in this case. And then you can scale it up to knees, hands, and then just falling there. Not a super great pillow there, but the idea. Cartwheel. Put your heels on a line. Mat lines are nice for that. Turn. All the way through. I'm only going to do one side, just for sake of time, but you should practice both. If you don't have a cartwheel, don't worry. There. Somersault. You want to roll over this part of your body, not the top of the head. You see like 3- and 4-year-olds do this, and they'll basically do a headstand and then a flop. That's tougher to get away with when you're an adult. You're not quite so flexible. So you want to see how deep you can tuck your head. Forward roll, aikido roll it's sometimes called. You're going to create that little wheel here. You can start it from here, tuck your chin. Roll there, go from standing. Again, tuck that chin so you don't clip your head. It's easy to get away with on the mats, much less pleasant on the parking lot. Headstand. Make a triangle. You want your somersault before you try that. So if you fail, you have a reasonably safe way of getting out of it. Backward shoulder roll. Sometimes it's called a back roll. I'm going to create this window here. If you need to scale it, backward somersault. This one's tough on the neck, and it's why you want to do back roll first. You've got to get your head out of the way again and roll over the trapezius. So you tuck your chin here. And then I'm going to push off the ground with my hands and my forearms. They're really good wrestlers. You'll see them pop back up to a handstand. I can't do that. But I will be able to soon. Handstand. To scale that one, kick up on a wall. That's it. To me, I feel like that covers a fairly broad but important range of rolling and acrobatic motions that you'll find are broadly applicable to the art, especially if you're working things like throws and sweeps and grappling. There's certainly a ton more you could do, but keeping that perspective of our art being a wide one that covers a lot of ground, I don't think that's necessary to make everything a requirement. It doesn't mean that you can't pursue those things. You shouldn't if you enjoy them. It just means that this is a good exposure. You go to a judo school or a jiu-jitsu